Alright, let me see if I can get this out. So I went to church yesterday. I went to my old church that I used to love to go to so much. And as I approached the church, it was looking kind of raggedy. I was like, they ain't painted the building in some years. The LED sign wasn't on. It was just looking real broke up. So I was like, dang, church falling apart. So, went inside. It was very calming. I had a nice experience until the puffy clone showed up and sat in front of me. And he kept blocking my view. Every time I moved, he would move. And I couldn't see. And then, so the preacher was preaching, right? And I was, enjoying the service pretty much. Then she said, some of y'all can't sleep at night. We gonna make sure you get a good night's sleep, right? So y'all know I'll be at the shelter. And sometimes it is hard to sleep there at night, so I'm like, she preaching to me, you feel me? So I get back to the shelter, leave the thing. I did know that it was kind of odd that when they said it was breakfast in the basement, you went down there, but you had to pay for it. Since when you gotta pay for breakfast at church? They usually feed the people when they had breakfast at church. They were selling $12 plates. So okay, so I left. That was like the second red flag. The building falling apart was the first red flag. Because this building used to look beautiful. They even put this church in a video one time, I remember. Somebody had got married in a video and they used the church for the video. So I get to the shelter, I'm about to go to sleep. And the beehive come into the room, right? These two women. I call her Gorilla Glue and Humpty Dumpty. So they get on their cots. I'm all cozy, comfortable, and immediately when they get in and get on their cots, I start feeling the bee stings in my legs. So I get up, I go sit at the table, the lunch table. I'm like, okay. So I start thinking about service. I was like, something strange, because she kept saying some of y'all can't sleep at night. So then I was like, was this directed to me? Was she putting a spell on me so that I cannot sleep? Like, am I the one that's not going to be able to sleep? And she was saying some of y'all going to be able to sleep tonight. Is she talking about the beehive? So I started thinking about it, and I had tried to get footage of Puffy sitting in front of me, but you know how that goes. For some reason, I don't have the footage. I pushed record, but it didn't record. And when I went back to my camera roll this morning, I saw it was just like a blurry short recording, and I already posted that. So when I thought I probably was pushing record, I was pushing stop or something. I don't know, but it did not get him. But then I started thinking about the preacher. Y'all, why the preacher had on a blonde wig? Who wear a blonde wig? And then they had this angel lady, because it was, Christmas presentation. So they were doing like these dramatic things throughout the sermon, throughout the service. Oh, they didn't have a what you call the paper thing they give you when you go to church to see the service, the whole agenda. They ain't had that either. And it was no Bibles in the pews of the church. It was like one or two. And the print was so small you could not read the print. So those were some red flags. Alright, we got noise distraction. Yo, who wears a blonde wig in their camp? We know So oh yeah, so then they had this angel lady who had a mohawk, who wears a mohawk. I can't make this up, y'all. So the clone of Puffy Aunt, I told y'all they put a curse on America, right? The clone of Puffy's aunt was the preacher. He was in the congregation, and then this angel, I don't know if it was maybe, it might have been an angel from Satan, I don't know. But this angel figure, I did get her footage and I uploaded that, had the mohawk. And you know, he used to wear a mohawk. Girl, all their signs and symbols was all up in that church. You hear me? Now, I ain't figured this angel out, because it did appear as an angel. Didn't have on like red to represent Satan or whatever. It had on all gold. So, I don't know. Y'all put them pieces together, but y'all, they done infiltrated the church. They have infiltrated the church. I told y'all they put a spell on this country, right? It's real bad.